I made the mistake yesterday of casually asking the men in my life how their mental health was doing, and got hit with a brick wall, assuming that people are doing better than they're doing. One person said, and I quote, "Depressed. I think about shooting myself every day." Like, I don't know, man. I messaged so many people from so many different walks of life. Like, let me backtrack really quick, because today's Friday, right? So this was on Thursday. I messaged a bunch of people because Wednesday I was on a Twitter space, and a couple other performers and, you know, people in the industry and like whatever were talking about, you know, this past month and having been through a lot and everything. And they were saying, thank you for everyone who's been there for me, who just reached out and checked on me and this, that, and the other. And, you know, I know you didn't have to, and I know that you don't know how much this meant. I was going through a lot, and you just reaching out meant so much to me. Baby girl, I'm making you right now. And how much it meant to me, just reaching out. And that wasn't smart. And then the next day, Thursday morning, I talked to another friend who was like, I've been going through it. Like, I've been going through literal hell, and I'm back against the wall mentally. I'm just struggling, and I don't have anybody, and I feel like nobody cares. And I'm just like, you know, so I'm sitting there and I go, if I'm seeing these two different men who I felt, one has a girlfriend, and the other one, you know, seemingly has tons of friends around them and seemingly has, you know, all. So I just started sending out, I sent out a message to a person who had hit me up, and they were like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And instead of saying, how are you back, I said, how's your mental health been doing lately? And he was like, you know what? You a real one for asking me that. Because I really haven't been asked that in a long time. And, you know, I'm doing good today, but it's hit or miss a lot of the time and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, this person, they're down in LA. They're a music artist. And we're not very close. I've never met them before. Then I reached out to another person who's down in LA, and they told me, oh, I just came back from a 6-week trip to Japan. I had to get away and clear my mind. I've been struggling mentally. I don't know where my life path is going. Then I reached out to another person, and they're like, there's this huge void. I don't feel like I'm like alive. I reach out to another person. There's this amount of anxiety I have that I'm just gonna drop dead at any moment. I reach out to another person, and I'm like, I have the strength to take on I've been a mental health worker for 10 years now. And I know how to deal with these things. I just think I wasn't so prepared so I have a lot of successful people in my life, and I wasn't so ready for it, because most of the people that I dealt with in social work weren't people who look like my friends, or weren't people who look like people I admired. Most of the people I talked to every day who struggle with things like aren't the people who I talked to yesterday who were struggling with stuff. And it just like, man, it was really eye-opening for me that the little bits of happiness that like I get to share with people online and stuff is really needed, and really hopefully I need it too. Like, I need it and they need it. And man, why did I think that it was just gonna be like, yeah, everything's good, and you know, my mental health's been doing great, and you know, and I think it's because like since I've been on my ADHD meds and stuff, like I just been getting back on track with my stuff. I thought everybody was gonna be doing okay. And one conversation I had yesterday was about community and about those social connections that we lose as adults, and those things where it's like we get pushed into work and we get pushed into like this what's asked of us, you know, as an adult. Like what is life as an adult? We wake up, we go to work, we come home, we do it again. And what's that in between part of living? And you know, in grad school, I joined a community softball team. It was one day a week. It was on Wednesday nights. We would, I think it was like 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights, and you just go through the recreation department. And it broke up the monotony that I was feeling with like the mental health struggling. Didn't know these people, all different walks of life, and it was like finally had something like community. And I realized there's all these like different things outside of just, you know, organized religion for people to get community as an adult that aren't necessarily quote unquote friends. Because I have my best friends who I've been friends with since I was a child. But for me, I've moved a lot throughout my life. I've moved all over, and many of my friends live very far away. Fortunately, like many of you know, my best friend lived right downstairs from me. We lived 10 feet from each other for the last year, and I needed that because for years I lived 3,000 miles away from everybody that I loved. And now my friends live in San Diego, in Portland, DC, and I'm pretty alone. And so I'm also thinking about either joining a community bowling league, maybe getting back into jiu-jitsu, joining a softball league, doing something. Because to be honest, although religion is for some people, and you know, it might even be for me, like organized religion, they might not want me there, to be honest. They might not want me to show up, so I might have to do that all online. And the way that I seek that type of faith, but like I need to like go somewhere and be around people and have community, since I work at home and this is all the outlet that I have. And I think a lot of people struggle with that too, like going to work and that's it. Going to work, going home, and that's it. So I wasn't prepared for that yesterday. I can definitely handle it, and I want people to talk to me when they're going through stuff, because like life isn't, you're not supposed to be okay every day. Like, it's okay to not be okay. I think that's the problem with this like Disney fantasy of life that they pushed on us. It's like this fairy tale of life. They told us you're supposed to be okay, and it's like, you're not supposed to be okay every day. It's okay if okay. Like, an okay day is a day where you just make it through, you know? Okay? And, like, sometimes half the joy in living is this struggle in it, and like, man, I wish people had people to talk to, and had people who understood, like, the complexities of what we're on this earth to do, of what being blessed with consciousness means. That, like, you sitting here listening to this, that you having the consciousness to take this in means something. There was a point in it all. You were supposed to hear it so that you could have it impact you in some way. I don't know. The universe gave it to you. So, man, maybe we all just need to get a dog or something. While my dog looking at me like, can you please make my food faster? Girl, you have to bring the toy to me in order to do the fetch part of this. Girl, she really on her protest vibe, girl. Protest vibe. One hand on the Elmo, one hand on the Elmo, girl.